Hello, Serge here for the Backyard Driving Range. Well, I guess we could say today we have a testimonial. It comes from one of my long time students down near Atlanta, Randy Wolf. We've had over the years we've done a few dailies on questions that Randy asked, our lessons. He came and saw me, and we worked and talked about what we did. Serge, my apologies for not getting back to you sooner with my updates. As you recall, I have had my second cervical spinal fusion earlier this year and had to put the clubs away for over 7 months. I now have a brand new neck from C2 through C7 with a titanium bracket holding everything in place. If they ever outlaw titanium in the game of golf, then I'm in real trouble. I still experience lower back pain due to my injuries from that fall off the ladder, and the neurosurgeon who rebuilt my neck said that until the day comes for the lower back surgery, he would be surprised if I could swing a golf club. Well, not only can I swing a golf club, but thanks to my continued use of the PPGS, I am now playing again and scoring very nicely. As you know, I have been a longtime believer and student of the PPGS system. Thanks to your development of this system with a true 3/4 vertical swing, it allows me to play golf. Granted, I don't hit the ball as far as I did prior to the injury and subsequent surgery, but I am on the correct side of the grass. My handicap is 8.4 index and trending lower. So thanks again, and yes, I will keep it vertical. Well, what else can I say to that? Thank you, Randy. Thank you for being lucky enough to find PPGS and recognize how good it is and what it can do for you. And any of you that have been on this site any reasonable amount of time knows that I get a pretty good steady flow of letters like this. People who are told that golf is over. Many times Randy had one surgery, but he still hasn't had the lower back surgery, but he's still playing with a little bit of pain, but it's not debilitating. What more can you ask of a swing? And in many cases, the golf swing is one of the major big causes of why they had those back problems. Let's go back in something I've said before, but I'm going to say it again. I predicted in 1999, when Tiger Woods was really ascending to becoming the greatest player the great player that he is. And many will say he's probably the greatest player ever. Although he still hasn't eclipsed Mr. Nicklaus in his total of majors and in total wins, but he did it in a pretty darn fast, short amount of time. But I predicted in '79, Tiger Woods, when I saw that, when he came out, if you go Google Tiger Woods U.S. Amateur Championships, whether you Google him as a junior amateur or when he won 3 senior amateurs, 3 regular amateurs in a row. And I mean, that in itself was phenomenal. He won 3 juniors in a row and then 3 U.S. amateurs in a row. That in itself is mind-boggling. I mean, the odds of doing that is astronomical. But Tiger had very much a peak, I'd say 85% PPGS. But when he turned pro and he started hiring teachers, and he went after some of the best, but they're teaching rotational swing, and they took Tiger from top of the swing like this, quiet legs and everything, and they started making him turn. And the more you turn, what happens? Your knees start to move more. You're feeling your hips and shoulder. Your hips are turning more, putting a lot more torque in your hips, your lower spine, and even up through the middle of your back. And you're getting back in here, and now he has to fire his left hip even faster, which now includes locking up his left leg, or straightening it considerably. In his case, locking it. Heck, on the LPGA, that's pretty much all we see. We see locking the left leg. And in many cases, they're locking it and they're coming into impact, and the only thing on the ground is their toes and the ball of their feet. And some of them they even got almost the balls of their feet off the ground. I think some of that too is from longer clubs too long. But Tiger got into that. I predicted in 1999 that he was going to have left knee problems, very likely hip problems. And then eventually it can keep working its way all the way up where you got problems all the way up to the top of come to your shoulders and your neck. And sure enough, he got the knee problem. And he got it operated on, and he came back, and I saw the same knee, and I said, he's going to hurt it again. And he's going to hurt it again. Because if what caused it, you to get that injury, When you come back, if you keep doing it again, it's going to come back again. All he needed to do, all Tiger needs, and even today, when he came back recently from his last surgery, where he had I think some work done on his lower back, and he said it's the best thing he ever did, and he came back. When he came back, he was pretty good, not without too much turn. But what's happened as he went from tournament to tournament to tournament, and he started getting confident with the swing. Guess what I saw and what I see? More turn, more turn, more turn, more turn. Club's getting longer, club's getting longer. And then what? When I got more turn and the club's getting longer, then the snap this way has to get more powerful, more thrusting to get what? To pull all that back in front of you, and then to swing through there. And guess what happens on the other side? Now he's back finishing way over there. So as he got more confident and his muscles started getting more attuned to swinging the club, he started letting him get a bigger and bigger turn. And a bigger turn on this side is going to get has to have a bigger, right? Action here is got to have the reaction on this side. And what's happening now? Especially with the driver, he's not playing a little fairway anymore. He's playing out there in a baseball park instead of a golf course. And that's that's a perfect proof of what Randy's saying here. Randy's not having any more back problems because he's making sure he's staying within PPGS parameters. And I'll say to Tiger Woods if I saw him today, just like I'm saying to this camera, he gives me 30 minutes, and I'll get him back hitting the ball more solid, straight, and longer, getting him back to PPGS, where he's just going to stand here, very short turn, and fire it to the finish, but he's going to fire it over the shoulder, straight back at the target. Not finishing over here someplace where his arms are collapsing back here and they're way behind him on that side. So Randy, thanks for that statement. He's okay because he stayed with PPGS. It works. If it works in the beginning, it'll work forever. That's it for the research for today, and I'll be talking with you all again soon.